Hi everyone, it's Sheena LaShay, and today I'm here with my friend Joanna.
Hi Sheena, yay!
Hi, yes. What I know of her is that she's a comedian, an actress, a dancer, a yoga instructor, a producer slash like event manager, host person. And that's just of what I know.
You're making me look good. I'm like, who is this person?
I have to make a confession. I have a challenging time with comedy.
Ooh, this is getting deep, our conversation.
Yes. And so and here's the thing, it's because, first off, I mean, I guess you have to be funny, but another thing is that timing is like,
it's everything.
Yeah, like a half, like if it's a quarter off, I'm like, no.
So you're a hard audience.
Yeah, I'm a hard audience, but then if it's like funny, then good. Then the other thing, I remember going to a comedy show and most of the people were okay, but then like this one guy was just so vulgar that it wasn't even funny.
Just to be vulgar.
And I'm an open person. Like, I'm okay with inappropriate. And then this other girl, hers was all about like abuse and being beaten. So I was like, okay, I realize I don't...
You're at a comedy show, Sheena? Are you sure you're at a comedy show?
And I was just like, that's not funny. And the person I went with, he was like, well, you know, there are no rules in comedy. Like,
right.
And so I've always... Sometimes it's hard for me if like the timing's off, they're joking about like slapping the woman,
right,
and then it's like, and I'm like, this is just stupid. But I like when something's funny.
Well, I like that you listen. It's okay to be a hard audience because you know what? Let's see, how do I start? I think, you know, like there's good and bad in everything. Being open is fine. I think when you're funny, and you really can talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the brilliance of it. Like you can bring the subject you don't want to bring up and you think, oh, why are they talking about that? And then you're like, oh my god, I'm laughing. And that's brilliant. It's so brilliant. I would say sometimes comedy shows, especially now where I think, you know, it's about money, you know, 2 drinks minimum, you know, the paying to get in. It's, you know, like there's no room for development anymore, you know, and I think that also leaves the audience with like, well, I don't know if I like 2 of the 5. You should like 5 of the 5 comics.
Yeah.
That's how many great comics there are. You know, so I think it's a hard time for our business. I would say go to free shows. You know, there's so many shows out there that like you could just walk in and be like, oh, this is what comedy is about. Like, there are going to be bad comics. There are going to be people you don't like. But for the most part, it should be like that. You know, you might not even like it, but you should be like, well, that's pretty brilliant. Though. Yeah. You know, and I don't know. It's so many comedy shows. One
comedian that I do like is this guy named Dimitri Martin. And then I used to...
Date. I hear the word date.
No, I'm not gonna say date. Anywho, I used to like Cat Williams when he first came out. Like, I mean, he was a bit over the top, but it was still just like
I heard
funny.
His last one was hysterical, but I didn't see
really. Yeah, I haven't seen his recent stuff, and the 2 of them are so different.
Right, their demeanor is different. Their style is different.
Yeah,
I mean, I love like Louis Black because I love that he screams about politics, but like, there's not many political. How many political comics are there? I mean, just do politics, you know, it's like, but his Red, White, and Screwed, I mean, for years, I was like, just watch that, you know. I think, I mean, Chris Rock, I mean, he has so many great specials. I mean, there's so many great comics. I feel like, believe me, when you walk into a room and do not see good comedy, it's like watching paint dry. It's uncomfortable for the audience, it's uncomfortable for them. I think that's why I love it. It's such a hard, you know, art form. Which,
you know, I feel like it's the same too for pole dancing. Like, I mean, you know, for girls doing a trick or a spin, it's like, okay, that's great. But then it's like, I've seen a split 1,000,000 times now.
Right.
And it's like, how can you like engage more, or you know?
I think, no, believe me, I mean, you know, being on the outside, I'm like, that was a fun spin. I mean, we love spins. I love spins. Spins to me, I'm sure, I don't know if they're hard or not, but I still love spins. I love when like legs come out, and I just think, you know, and you know, Dan and I laugh, we're like, this is probably like day one of pole dancing, and we're like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I kind of think pole dancing's like American Idol in a way, show-wise. Like, you better pick, you know, song choice. You know, do you get the audience right away, or are they like, oh, I hated this song, and you know, because you're gonna have a reaction to the music. You know? So I think if you're picking anything slow or slow tempo, you just have. And again, we're talking about our show, not like another show. You're talking about Saturday night, everyone's drinking. So, like, to me, it's like, it doesn't matter what you pick. If you go out there and kick butt, like, no one's going to matter. But you start with a slow song, you better really kick some butt, you know, like, because our audience is sometimes more out of control than probably the normal sit in a theater type thing. And, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I think the pole dancers, like you said, they know what's going on, whereas, you know, normal audience members, like, that's amazing. They're like, split away, you know.
That is something too, like pole dancers can get away with more. A comedian, like, if the joke kind of bombs,
you know,
it bombs,
it's the worst,
and you know, whereas a pole dancer is like, well, I could just do a spin, like you could do the basic spin from the first class, like going to the right and then to the left, and people won't really know unless they're a pole dancer, and you're like, she just did that 5 times. I
agree. Now I have a question for you, because we always think about this, and also I'm thinking the music's so loud, can you even relate to what's happening in the audience? Like to me, if, say, a new person, right, like they're like, well, I'm always nervous, and I don't care how long you do anything, you should be somewhat nervous to have butterflies and something like that. So when you're nervous and you're on stage, sometimes you're taken to a different place. That's where I perform from. So do you even know what's going on in the audience?
I think that's like a pole dancer problem, in that a lot of polers forget to engage with the audience. Like, I don't think that the Schtick it, I'm just gonna say stick it, I don't think that stick it makes it more challenging, because I have fun with the audience. Or even when I performed in the memorial one, I was scared because my song was slow. Right. And
what did you dance to? I forget.
It was the Christina Aguilera something.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, crap, it's a slow song. And that one, like, I felt like I had the audience in my palm. And so if you're willing to actually engage with them. But what I see a lot, no matter what pole show I go to, it's like they're just dancing by themselves, and I, as the audience, I'm like, just not engaged. Look at me, just once, please.
So, as like you said, with comedy, we know how we're doing every second, every moment for those 8 to 10 minutes. You're saying
a polar can easily zone
out and not even know whether if people are okay. Because I was always wondering that, like, you know, do you know that they're going nuts? Do you know that they're really engaged? You
can zone out if you want, and also it's hard to tell, I guess, if you're not really tapped into it, because some people might think that the audience is engaged because they're screaming loud, but it's like, well, you did a split, but you've been doing a split for 20 years. Of course they're gonna scream, because you're upside down in a split, And
no, you put. I mean, this is not to be vulgar. Like, you turn upside down, split your legs open, they're gonna scream. I don't even know. I think I could choreograph a great pole number just on screams alone. I'd be like, do that, do this. They're very easygoing. Like the audience.
So you can't even, like, with the comedian, you could kind of, if they're laughing, you know. Whereas, like, just because the audience is clapping and screaming, that doesn't actually mean you're doing a good job. Because also, if you feel like, crap, the audience isn't really feeling this, okay, let me just do a big spin.
Yes. Or, you know, and vice versa, I think, you know, because we have such a great pole audience supportiveness, you know, they just might scream to be like, oh, nothing's been happening for a while.
So it's interesting how it all works. But I like the show because, like, I've had the chance to perform twice, and I've seen it numerous times as well. It gives me a chance to play with that kind of performance level and how I engage with the audience. And because even like the last dance I did, well, I don't know if I'm gonna call it a dance, but I wanted
Your zombie loving?
My zombie. I was a zombie, and I just wanted
a beautiful zombie.
I wanted to just explore that, like, how can I be the creepiest zombie ever, and like play with the pole, because I don't know other places where I would have a chance to play with something like that.
Right.
And so I like that about the show.
We love that part. We love that people come in and really think about something and get creative. You know, that's how we all get better. You know, which is an interesting point to, like, you know, really, whether you're on the show or you get to watch the show, like, what are other people doing? What works? What, you know, is the audience engaged? That is interesting.
There's this like one butt moment, or
I think, and he shook the camera. That's what he did. He like, did a camera. And if you're on the floor, you better get up within an 8 count, you know? Because you lose everyone.